Hi everyone, it's Niamh here and welcome to my art journaling channel. Today we're going to be playing with collage and textures to create a really simple art journal page in our journal. So I've got this gorgeous image from Collage Soup, which I think is one that it came from an ebook that I printed out. And I've decided, because I really love it, and it's just such a big image that I just want to go fairly simple in the background. So I've decided I'm going to go for a sort of a bit of a ombre midnighty colour in the back. And I started off with my lighter colour and then mixed in the darker colours over the top. I then decided that I would put a little bit of texture into it. So you can see how I overlapped the darker colour onto the lighter colours so I could rub it away to get this gorgeous texture using my stencil. So once I've done that, just going to dry it off a little bit. And then I decided I wanted a little bit more. So it was just an excuse to use something new that I had in my stash, which is the Art by Marlene gold texture paste, which is very, very gold. It took me a while to find it though, because I'd obviously stashed it really, really well, and I've lost it again. So I took it into school to do something, and I need to find it again. But if you've got an opportunity to have a go at it, it is pretty lush stuff. You can see the gorgeous colour here. I know people keep those bits of paper, but I always chuck them out because they just go everywhere. So I'm going in and using a silicone brush. This wasn't very successful. It ended up breaking and I ended up having to put it in the bin, which I was a bit disappointed about. Using a credit card or something else or a palette knife would have been a whole lot easier. So if you've got success with them, that's brilliant. I didn't have much success. I'm probably too rough on them, but there you go. So you can see I'm just putting a little bit on and then scraping off. If anyone's done screen printing, it's a little bit like that. So you can sort of get your idea. So this stencil itself is from Natalie May. And obviously texture paste takes a little while to dry. Just be careful that you're not going to put your stencil over the wet, because you're going to sort of smudge everything. So you can sort of see where I'm putting the four pieces together. I know there's a bit of a harsh line there. I'm not necessarily worried about that because I know it's a big image and it's going to actually cover most of that. So I've kind of avoided seeing that in the end piece, if that makes sense. I also probably didn't need to cover the entire piece with the texture paste because it obviously I'm going to have the image over the top. Now one thing is, this is something you would never usually see me doing. But if you are using texture paste with a stencil, especially a fine stencil like this, really important that you clean it off as best you can. Probably better than a wet wipe over the top, but at least I know I can use that again. It's not going to be too much of an issue. Also with texture paste, it is best just to leave it to dry, but I just don't work like that. I don't have the patience to do this, leave it overnight to dry and then come back to it. So I cheat and use my heat gun. It does work. If you heat it enough to get a good skin over the top, you can start gluing and then leave it to dry. Just be gentle if you're gluing things down, not to push down too hard, because you may, burst the skin and end up with texture paste squeezing out everywhere. So yeah, do as I say, not as I do. So once I've got that glued down, I just wanted to have a bit of a think, really. You can see me going, I'm not sure what I'm going to do next. I decided I was going to put a bit of a quote on the page, but because I've obviously got the texture paste on there, and because I haven't let the texture paste dry, more to the point, I decided I wasn't going to hand write a quote over the top. Now, if that texture paste was dry, that wouldn't be an issue. You could get your paint pens and write all over the top of it. Because it's not quite, that would just smear stuff everywhere. So I went to my Dina Wakley ledger paper and decided to use one of the quotes from there. I used a little bit of syrup, watered down, as a little bit of a glaze over the top, just to kind of get it the same color as the collage image itself, and then put a little bit of the walnut ink over the top just to age it up. Then I just cut it into small pieces that I could sort of stack up together onto my page. So while this obviously worked and I got my quote on here, it's very small for the large image, so it kind of gets lost a little bit, particularly because it's also kind of the same color as the gold in the background. So having a black pencil around the outside, you can see I'm using the Posca paint pen, helps push it out a little bit, but I probably could have been a little bit more dramatic with it, just to make sure that you could actually really see it. I'm also going in and just putting a little of the black on the image itself, just to add a little bit of extra darkness onto the page. So once I've done that, then I'm going in with a little bit of white just to balance it off again, and add in all the highlights that I need, particularly in the eyes. So she's got slightly opened eyes, so I just want to make sure that you could sort of see them as a focus on the page. Then I decided to go in and add a little bit more highlights into like the nose and shiny spots on face, just again to give a little bit of balance. So on the bottom of the page I stuck 2 stickers as well with courage and love on them. So doubting yourself is normal, letting it stop you is a choice. So yeah, a really simple page, lots of texture on it, lots of collage, lots of fun to do. I'm sure you'd have fun if you had a go at it too. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye for now.